for Game 4 of the Pumpkin Puck Classic. Hyland Midget. White team is going up against the NOCO. NOCO Yellow, who has, they're a lower division team, but they pulled some players from the higher NOCO team. So they are, I believe, 2-2. Or, I'm sorry, 1-2. They are in 7th place. We're in 8th place at 1-2. So probably not going to impact the semifinals or finals, but it's a bragging rights game. Picks up the loose puck, dumps it into the offensive zone. Up the far boards. Dan keeping the offensive end. Has it poke check along the far boards. It's a Zeke. And NOCO coming into our zone 3-on-1. Lewis with the steal. Oh, back to the side of net, centered. We're 30 seconds in, and down 1-0. Neom on the face-off. Confusion at center ice. Come on, Nick! Woo! Austin on the face-off. Gets it over for Ian. Ian sends it into the offensive zone and gets sent right back out. Pushed up the near boards. Austin passes back to Lewis. He passes to center, but it's jumped right back in. Dan picking it out of the far corner over to Lewis. It's poke checked away. Centering pass gets right in front of the net. Andrew got a piece of it. 11:08 left in the first, and we're down 2-0. Austin wins it back over to Boomer. Boomer skates back into our zone. Pass up to Ian. Chips it off the far boards. Pass up to Nick. Nick skates it to the blue line into the offensive zone. Centering pass intercepted. Ryan for this shot was stick saved by the goaltender. Puck comes up the near boards. Dumped out of their zone. Down to ours. They say no icing, I guess. Dig the corner. Sends it up the near boards. Slips out of our zone. Nick picking it up in their zone. Poke checked away. Austin fighting for it. Bryant pushes it back up for Austin. Austin dumps it into the offensive zone. Sends it out of the near corner. The near boards. Send it out to center ice. Boomer with the steal. He turns it around in our end. Pass up to Wesley. He hands it off to Rhino. He walks in front. The goal. Great patience, waiting for the goaltender to commit. And Rhino puts us at 2-1. I'm not sure how much of this game Rhino's going to be able to skate. He blocked a shot this morning. So his ankle wasn't feeling so hot. On the face-off, Echo controls. Throws it off the near boards. Tied up in Rhino's skates. Echo regains the puck. Skates behind our net. Passed out to the blue line. Speedy breaking up the play. We're on goal, and Andrew with the save. And with some extra shoving after the whistle. He's going to go to the box for roughing. So 9:32 left in the first. We will be on a 2-minute power or penalty kill. Right on the face-off again. Sends it back for Boomer. Boomer pushes it behind our net, sends it up for Wesley. It's kept in our zone, wide of the net. Bryant sends it up the far boards. Dumps back to the far corner. Bryant fighting for it in the corner. Loco comes out with it behind our net. Centering pass blocked by Andrew. Going on goal. Good save from Andrew. Puck comes out to Wesley and he dumps it down the ice. 9 minutes left in the first period, 1:28 left in the penalty kill. Loco pass across the near boards. Skating into our end. Centering pass tipped by Bryant. Long shot and a save by Andrew when he covers. Keep it 2-1 with 8:43 left in the first. Go on the face-off. Local controls. Shot block. Down behind the net. Sent over for Hendrick in the near corner. He passes up. Chips at it. Back and forth, and Lewis is able to send it down the ice to clear. Yoko throws it back into our zone. Skating up the far boards. Poke check from Lewis. And he picks up the loose puck, throws it down the ice. 44 seconds left in the penalty kill. Yoko coming out from behind their own net. Skating into our zone. Behind our net. Centering pass hits skate. Lewis sends it to the near boards. Centering pass goes right in front of the net. Nice poke check by Lewis. Gets the puck to Zeke. He passes up for Lewis. Lewis trying to push it up the far boards into the offensive zone. Tie him up in the far corner. Nick keeps it in the offensive zone, throws it just wide of the net. Loco coming out of the near corner. Throws it deep into our zone. We're picking it up. Getting it behind our net. Penalty has expired on Bam's infraction. Boomer skating in the offensive zone. Shot tipped up into the netting. We have a face-off in their zone with 7:19 left in the first period. Guillaume on the face-off. Turnaround shot from Bam. And a save by the goaltender. Another face-off in their zone. Guillaume on another face-off. Yoko throws it off the near boards. Boomer keeps it in the offensive zone. Now it's out. Yoko controls, skating through neutral into our end. Pass intercepted by Boomer. Passes up for Nick. Nick muscles it up to the far boards. Guillaume in to pick up the loose puck. Puck comes back down into our zone. Boomer regrouping. Up the far boards to Nick. Nikolai skating through the neutral zone. Throws it into the far corner. It's thrown around the end boards. Bryant keeping it in the offensive zone. Comes to Guillaume. He throws it towards the net. It's blocked in front. Bryant bringing it off the near boards. Stepping around it behind their net. Centering pass comes through. Yes! Comes to Bam and he puts it in. Bam ties it up with 6:10 left in the first period. 2-2. Pushes the puck up the far boards. Pass out to Speedy. It's intercepted. He regains the puck and chips it out to center ice. Yoko turns it around in their zone. Pass tipped by Austin. Brought into our zone. Centering. Comes out of the zone and back in too soon. It'll be offsides. 5:41 left in the first. Face off. Loose puck comes to Henrik in the corner, throws it up the near far boards, has it taken away. Austin comes in, takes the puck back, passes out for Ian off the near boards. It's no icing. Goaltender uses his pad to get it to his defenseman. Austin sends it back into the zone and it comes right back out. Yoko skating into our zone. Henrik shoots it away. Lewis pushes it up the near boards. Puck gets sent down the ice. The icing. 4:56 left in the first period. That's well played. Rhino taking the face off. Sent around the end boards. Dump it back in the far corner. Noah chips it up the far boards. Wesley passes up to Rhino. He steps around one into the offensive zone, walks out in front. Off the post, but not in. Another shot and a save by the goaltender. From Bryant with a point-blank shot. Noah chips it on goal. And the goaltender covers. Keeping it 2-2 with 4:28 left in the first period. Rhino on the face-off again. Yoko controls the puck in the near corner, skating behind their net. Rhino harassing in the corner. Puck sent around the near boards. Puck comes out. Bryant picking it up, skating to the center. Pass over to Zeke. Doesn't quite connect. Outside is Noah. Noah sends it into the offensive end. So turns it around. Jump in, hit Bryant. He picks up the puck. Passes over to Boomer. Passes up to Wesley. skates into neutral and goes in the offensive zone. Collision here at the blue line. Noko bringing the puck into our zone. Nice poke check by Bryant. Nikolai takes the puck, sends it up the boards. A shot and a bad save by Andrew. Sent off the boards. Weird bounce. Clearing attempt hit a seam in the glass and went right on goal. Andrew had the. Luckily, was paying attention and jumped on the board, jumped on the puck. 3:27 left on the in the first. Him on the face-off. Yoko kicking in the zone, throws it to the far corner. Henrik ties up the player. Pushes the puck out. Yoko controls it. Kicks it to the boards. Kept in our zone. There's a whistle for a body check on somebody. Well, I guess Yoko's going to the box. Oh, no, offsides, but why it took so long to blow the whistle, I'm not sure. Yoko into our zone, a long shot, and a save by Andrew. He hangs on with 3:02 left in the first. Face-off. Yoko keeping in our zone. Near boards. Bam comes out with the puck. Skates in the neutral. Into the offensive zone. Pushed to right. Drops it for Lewis. Tied up in the corner. Bam sends it to the crease. Zeke not able to get a shot off. Henrik throws it back to the end boards. Marco throws it up the far boards. Henrik throws it back and it's sent down the ice for Lewis in the neutral zone. Up the near boards, just turned around, brought back into our zone. Lewis chips it off the glass. Bam skating into the offensive zone. Pass back to Lewis and a shot and a stick save by the goaltender. Eagles send it off the far boards. Picking up in the mixed zone, skating into our end. Stop in front. First save. There's just enough room inside the far post to hook the rebound through. Make it 3-2, 1:53 left in the first period. We have one too many. One goes up. Austin on the face-up. It's poke check away. Bryant with the poke check getting in front back to Austin. He gets slashed. Eagles coming to our zone. Pass goes wide. Up the far boards. Rakov sends it to the end boards. Center kept tipped. Pass up the top of the slot. For Viome. Skating in the offensive end. Poke checked away. Ships it back up the near boards. Speedy. Throws it towards the net and it's blocked. Comes straight to Viome. Bouncing. Clearing attempt gets right to Bryant. His shot blocked. Into our zone. Boomer breaking up the play. Centering pass. 53 seconds left in the first period. Echo is up 4-2. Rhino on the face-off. Brings it back to Lewis. Lewis pass up for Rhino. He hands it off to Ian. Ian skates into the offensive end. Drags it out of the far corner. Ref gets in the way. That's cool. And they're chipping out along the far boards. Keeping in the offensive end. There's a front shot and a save by the goaltender. He hangs on with 31 seconds left in the first. Right on the face-off again. Brings it back for Wesley. He hands it off for Henrik. Throws it through the slot. Comes to Lewis along the near boards. A little more on the ice there. There we go. Centering pass comes all the way over to Wesley. Shot, another save by the goaltender. 13 seconds left in the first period. Wesley on the face-off. Rhino tying up. And he's going to go to the box for tripping. Overly dramatic gesture, but we will be going on a penalty kill for 2 minutes with 7 seconds left in the first period. Player just kind of tried to skate over him. Fell. But they're calling it tripping, so we will be on penalty kill for 2 minutes. Wesley on the face-off. Back and forth. Rico controls, throw it wide of the net, bouncing into the airboards. And that will do it for the first period. So we'll go to the second, down by 2. Jags 2, Eagles 4. Hey, Dan. Hey, Dan. Noah on the face-off. Full controls. Our boards into our zone. Pass to the right. That shot and stick save. Rebound. So 11:49 left in the second, and Jags are down 5-3. Face off again. Goes it back to Bryant. Thrown forward into the offensive zone. Nick chasing it in. Right up along the far boards. Puck comes to Noah and bounces over Bryant's stick. Boomer chasing it back into our zone. Pass up for Nick. Hands it off for Noah. Noah passes up to Bryant. Gets it in the offensive zone. Works to the corner centering pass. Came out to Nick. Not even shot. Comes back to Bryant. Out to the blue line and out to neutral. No, oh no. Banned on the pass. Kept in our zone. Boomer with the steal. Pushes back to the far corner. Long pass through center. Not able to catch it. Big chase. Get in the offensive zone, but it'll be icing. 10:15 left in the second period. Still have the penalty on the board for some reason. Austin on the faceoff. Controls. In the far corner. Nice poke check by Lewis. Pushed around behind the net. Turns around at the face-off circle. Wrong shot off the side of the net. Henrik picks it up behind. It's a poke check away, but he throws it up the far boards. It slips out in the neutral zone. Guillaume's skating around their player into their end. Running into the corner through the puck. It's taken down. Dan goes into the corner. Rick comes out with the puck. There's a whistle for a high stick on, looks like Noko. 10:14 left in the second period. We'll go on the power play for 2 minutes. Austin on the face-off. Puck comes free. Bam passes up to Lewis. Lewis is in. The shot tipped just wide. And it picks it up in the near corner. Out to the top of the slot. Lewis unable to get a shot off. Keeps it in the offensive zone again. Noko sends up the far boards. Lewis turns it around, skating in. Pass over for Henrik. Walks in, a shot off the body and in! Woo! Henrik getting the lucky bounce and making it 5-3. Sometimes it bounces for you, sometimes it doesn't. $9:43 left in the second period. Rhino on the faceoff. Brings it back for Bryant. His pass intercepted. Noko comes into our zone. Pushes right. Centering pass blocked. Bryant turns it around behind our net. Throws it up the near boards. Ian chips it out to neutral. Regrouping. Rhino fighting off the puck. Comes back to Rhino. Bryant keeping in the offensive zone. Shot tipped wide. Comes out of the far corner. Tipped and down the ice. We're back to play the puck. Stops behind our net. Throws it up the near boards. Wesley stops the puck. Pass it across the Rhino at center. Skates in the offensive end. Stops. Centering pass. Oh, Brian's shot goes just wide. Coming off the far boards, and the Eagles dump it down the ice, so it should be icing. 8:41 left in the second. We will come back down to their end for a face-off. Noah on the face-off. Comes out for a hitter. Long shot, hit it. The leg. Another shot goes wide. Speedy sends it around the end boards. Lewis keeping it in the offensive zone. Speedy with the puck behind their net. Trying to bring it out front. Toss the handle. Noah throws it in front, right through the crease. And the puck comes out to neutral. Walking into our zone. Turnaround shot wide of the net. Sent to the far corner. Up the far boards. Nick with the pass that just missed Speedy. Icing with 8 minutes left in the second period. Austin on the face-off. Sends it out of the zone. Zeke chasing it under their end. Puck comes loose. Lewis passes up the far boards. Austin chips it into the offensive zone. Puck comes out to center. Austin turning it around, passing back to Lewis. Lewis passes up for Bam at center ice, tipped into the offensive zone. Comes up in their boards. Henrik keeps it in momentarily. Pushing along the blue line. Turnaround shot tipped up into the netting. That will be another face-off in their zone. 7:20 left in the second period. Jags down by 2, 5-3. Woo! Austin on the face-off again. Back and forth. Pontiac. Off another skate. Finally out of their zone. Bryant sends it back into their zone. Rhino trying to get to it. Turned around at our blue line. Bam picks up the loose puck. Passes to Bryant. Skates into the offensive zone. He's got Zeke to his left. He's pushed to the far boards and poke checked away. Comes out through Boomer in the neutral zone. Passes to Bam. Bam skates it into the offensive end. Centering pass intercepted, and they're going to go to the box for a slash. So we will go on the power play again. 6:39 left in the second period. On the face-off. Eagles dump it down the ice. On goal. Andrew has to play the puck. Hands off for Lewis. Sends it out from behind the net. Gets tripped. And that'll be another one to the box for interference. So we will be a minute 46 of 5-on-3.
Come on, boys. Got the advantage.
Rhino on the face-off. Go control. They dump it out of the zone.
Oh, little guys right behind you.
Andrew plays the puck. Goes up the near boards. Henrik picks it up. Skating in the neutral zone. Plays up to Guillaume. He chips it in the offensive end. Puck comes up the near boards. Rhino traps it. Centering pass. Swallowed up by the pads of the goaltender. 1:21 left in the 5-on-3. 6 minutes left in the second period. Right on the face-off again. It's for Guillaume. This pass, tipped. Goes down the ice. Lewis back to play the puck. Turns around behind our net. Pushes up the near boards. Taken away. Henrik with a nice poke check. Plays it up the far boards into the offensive zone. Getting a shot off the stick into the near corner. Rhino brings it off the boards, pass out to Wesley at the blue line. Walks it in, a shot and a glove save by the goaltender. 46 seconds left in the 5-on-3.
Nick! Woo!
No on the face-off. Around the boards. Comes out to neutral. Boomer back to plate in our zone. Long pass up for Bryant, the blue line. Skating through neutral. In the offensive end. Centering pass. Oh, taken away from Noah. Comes out to neutral again. Pass up to Bryant. Played into the offensive zone. Ian sends it back in. Nick blocked that clearing attempt. Noah passes back to Boomer. Boomer passes to Bryant. He dumps it in behind our net. One penalty has expired. We're back for one-man advantage for 5 more seconds. Boomer playing the puck back in our zone. Pass up for Bryant. Bryant skating through neutral. Pushing into the offensive zone. Walks in front, taken down. Noah sends it on goal, but it's just wide. Sent around the boards. Odd man rush coming into our zone. Nice job for Boomer breaking up the play at the blue line. Tying up the puck behind our net. Throwing it up for Ian. And it comes out to neutral. And Eagles send it back into our zone. It's icing with 3:53 left in the second period. Austin on the face-off. And across in the far corner. Shipped off the boards. Lewis turns it around the neutral zone. Walks in the offensive end, has a poke checked away. It comes back out to neutral. Bam, regrouping in our zone. Turns around. Pass up for Lewis. He chips it into the far corner. Puck comes up near the boards. Comes out for Bam at the blue line. He throws it off the boards. Comes back to him. Passes over to Lewis. Goes it towards the net, but it's blocked in front. Pulling off the glass. Lewis bats it back into the offensive zone. And it'll be a hand pass. So we'll have a face-off just outside their zone with 3:08 left in the second.
Stop it.
Boston on the face-off. Puck comes back for Henry. Chips out along the near boards, comes to Austin. He passes up for Speedy. Lost it in his skates. Turnaround. And Austin blocked his shot. The puck goes to the end boards. Centering pass comes out for Bam. Bam skating in the neutral zone. In the offensive end. Pass over for Speedy. The shot that goes wide off the near boards. Bouncing through blue line. Bam turns it around. Keeps it in offensive zone. Gets it to Henry. Passes it across for Zeke. Loose in front. And actually, I think that was Austin that took the initial shot. I'm not sure who got it. Only made the initial save. We put the rebound in to make it 5-4 with 2:27 left in the second period. Wesley on the face-off. Controls, but Rhino pushing it into the offensive zone. Good slash. Centering pass for Wesley. Hit his skate. Loose over to the far corner. Still no one controlling. Bryant shipping it back along the end boards. Goes back to Bryant, pushes it behind their net. Yoko comes down, tries to clear. Comes a Boomer. He takes a shot that goes wide. Off the far boards. Sent out to our zone. Bryant picks it up. Comes it to center ice. Tipped over to Viome. Viome throws it in the offensive end. It's swept out to neutral. Wesley with the puck has to wait for Rhino to get back up. Bryant passes off the near boards. Wesley, hit the skate. Throwing off the near boards out to neutral. Boomer picks it up, skating back into our end. Into their zone. Shot goes wide from Viome. Bouncing up the near boards. Shot from Wesley. Rebound comes to the near boards. Kept in the zone. Boomer with the long shot hit a skate. Nick with a shot that's wide. I'm sorry, it's Brian. He walks it back in front. Pass over to Viome. A shot, a save by the goaltender. 54 seconds left in the second period. Face-off. One comes to the far boards. Sent deep into our zone. Andrew plays it up the near boards for Nick. Nick picks it up, skates through neutral into the offensive end. The poke check back to Ian. Ian centering pass gets to Nick. Backhanded attempt gets blocked in front. Puck comes out deep into our zone. Henrik coming back to play it. Turns in the corner. It's taken away, thrown in front. Ooh, a rebound comes out to neutral. Nick chasing it. Noah dumps it in. Noko comes back out of that zone with it. Skating into our zone. Throwing a shot wide of the net. Bouncing up the near boards. Sent to the blue line, but not out. That comes loose. Time expires. The second period. We'll go to the third. Down by 1, 5-4. On the clock. Switch in once more. Austin taking the face off. Push it forward. Push it to our zone. I think Austin with the steal. Speedy kicks it to his center ice. Turn back around. Right into our zone. Shot. Tucks over the net. Ooh. Another long shot. Goes bringing it off the boards. Behind our net. Back to the zone. Shot off the stick of Andrew. Boomer picks up the loose puck behind our net. Passes up for Bam. Bam skates out of the right end. His pass tipped. Speedy chasing in and taken down by a falling player. Puck comes back to Speedy in the corner. His centering pass intercepted. Into our zone. Bryant fighting for it. 10:58 left in the third period. 6-4. Rhino on the face-off. He wins it up for Wesley skating in the offensive line as a poke check at the blue line. Wesley regains the puck and dumps it into the zone. Eagles bring it out from behind their net. Rhino ties him up. Puck comes to Henrik. He tips it to Lewis. It's tipped to the far corner. Rhino brings it off the boards. Centering pass hit a skate. Zeke with a shot. Taken down. Rhino comes out with it. Turnaround. Zeke off the goaltender into the far corner. Rhino ties it up. Sends it to the end boards and sent around the far boards. Hendrick gets it up for Zeke. Thrown to the slot. And out of the zone. Going off the near boards. Lewis picks it up on our end. Zone. Shot tipped wide, bouncing at the far boards. Henrik chips it back behind their net. Puck comes to Lewis. He brings it down to the far or near corner. Centering pass hit a skate. Wesley, the one-timer hits another skate. Lewis turns around. Bouncing in front, clearing attempt, hit the player on his knees. And he sends it down the ice back into our zone. Zeke passes to Lewis. Lewis throws it up the near boards for Rhino. Nice turn around. Lewis with the puck in our zone, pass to Rhino. Rhino with the puck in center ice, skating into the offensive zone. Walks in front, gets a poke check away. Nick with a shot. Save, another shot off the post. Puck gets sent up the near boards. Bryant keeps it in their zone. Centering pass goes through the crease, up the far boards. Boomer picks it up. Skates it to the far corner. Push up. Zeke keeping in the offensive zone. A long shot from Bryant goes just wide. Yoko brings it off the near boards.
Come on, Nick, go.
It's around for Nick in the far corner. Comes loose and Yoko sends it down the ice for icing. 8:25 left in the third period. That's now 6-4. Guillaume on the face-off. Up the far boards, Boomer sends it between his skates. Guillaume with a nice tip, puck comes into his our zone. Bryant pushes it to the far corner. Picks it up, turnaround shot. Stick save from Andrew and he covers. 8:08 left in the third. Guillaume on the face-off. Good forward. It's played across the top of the face-off circle and shot blocked. Guillaume picks it up, throws it around the end boards. Back Back and forth along the near boards, brought out in front, thrown wide of the net. Bouncing along the far boards. Ian pass hit a skate, kept in our zone. Comes to Bryant. He throws it out to neutral zone.
Go! Yeah!
He comes into our zone. Pass across. Centering pass and a pad save from Andrew. Pushes it behind the net. Back out in front. A shot and a stick save. Sent out front again. Turnaround shot tipped into the net. Now they're saying no goal. The net was off the moorings. A bit of a reprieve. Still 6-4. 7:18 left in the third period. On the face-off, pushes it in the far boards, gets sent to the corner. Henrik picks it up. His pass blocked. Right back to the slot. Henrik picks it up. Pass up for Wesley. The goal tripped on the blue line. Wesley in the corner. Gets the puck to the blue line. That's sent out. All the way down the ice for icing. 6:50 left in the third period. Austin on the face-off. Face-off Lewis with his shot. The glove save bouncing in front. And covered. 6:40 left in the third period. Austin on the face-off. Back for Henrik with a long shot. Oh, just out of the goal, and the goalie covers. It went through the pads and trickled just wide of the post. Speedy tried to poke it through, and the goaltender covered. 6:33 left in the third. Also on the face-off again. Brings it to Speedy. Speedy's trying to throw it towards the net, gets tied up. Comes out to Henrik in the neutral zone. Passes up for Bam. Bam chips it up for Speedy. Doesn't connect. Comes back out to Lewis. Lewis dumps it off the glass into the offensive end. Thrown in the far corner. Bam pass to Speedy in the slot and a shot. Another save by the goaltender. 6:08 left in the third period. Face-off on goal, and the goalie covers again. Noah on the face-off. Goes to the slot. The Eagles chip it to center. Nice poke check by Boomer. Brought in by the Eagles. Pushed to the far corner. Tied up. Noah digging for it. Eagles come out with it, bring it off the end boards, pass out off the slot. Rhino with a poke check, skating through neutral, lost the handle. Let's set it down into our zone. Thrown on goal. Lost it in the corner. Centering pass tipped behind the net. Right on front, a shot goes behind the net. Boomer pushes the puck to the corner. Bryant picks it up. It's turned around along the boards. Comes to the top of the slot. Shot blocked by Rhino in the slot slash. Boomer's going to go to the box for roughing. 5:10 left in the third period. We will go on a 2-minute penalty kill. We have 4 out there. They've got 5 off the face-off. Watch the slot shot blocked. Wesley. And it gets loose. Rhino chasing the puck in their zone. Walks in and shot and a goal! Rhino with a short-handed goal to make it 6-5 with 4:58 left in the third period. Face-off being center. Rhino taking the face-off. 1:48 left in the penalty kill. Wins it to Wesley. Gets it to Rhino. He kicks it in the offensive zone. Walks in front and it sweeps it to the far boards. Eagles bring it through neutral into our zone. Nice poke check by Henrik at the blue line. Thrown off the far boards. Henrik picks it up. Has it sent into our zone. Shot. Stick save by Andrew. Puck center cross. Top. Long shot. Stick save by Andrew. Rebound comes to the top of the. Bouncing on goal. Rebound goes to the corner. Lewis throws it out of the zone. No icing. 1 minute left in the penalty kill. Lewis picks up the puck along the far boards, turns it around in the corner, throws it off the glass, comes off the boards. Henrik with a punch it, shot, hit a skate, comes out to the top of the face-off circle, thrown in front. A little turnaround shot goes just wide. Lewis able to send it out to the blue line, but not out of the zone. Gets thrown around behind our net. Lewis with the steal behind our net. He throws it off the boards. All the way down the ice. Nick chasing it into their zone. There shouldn't be. The ref is saying it's his fault. He forgot it was on a power play. There shouldn't be icing. Ref apologized. We'll take it. 3:27 left, 17 seconds left in the penalty kill. Austin taking the face-off. Wins it out for Bam. Bam pushes it into the offensive zone. Swings right, gets taken down. Shot goes wide. Sent up the boards. Rhino picks it up in the neutral zone. Turns around, drops it for Bryant. Not able to hang on. Rhino picks up the loose puck skating through neutral. The penalty has expired. Back to 5-on-5. Rhino picks it up again. Pushed behind their net. Drops it for Bam in the corner. Bam throws it on goal. Bouncing up the near boards. Out to neutral. Sent back into their offensive zone. There's a whistle. Offsides, maybe? I'm not sure. Face-off come down to our end. Austin taking the face-off. And it's sent out of our zone. Bam chasing it. Playing up the near boards. Kept out of their zone. Nice shot, Bam, lifting the stick. Playing it up the far boards. Went in without the puck. Chipped up and bouncing. Rhino with the puck in their zone. Walking right and a shot and a goal! Rhino tying it up with the hat trick. With 2:10 left in the third period. Rhino winning a hat or two. Not getting it. .218 left in the third period. Now tied 6-6. Six viewers. It's funny. 96. Taking the face off is Viome. Tied up in the skates of the ref. Pushed forward. Speedy drags it into the offensive zone. Throws it wide of the net. Bouncing up the far boards. Viome tied up with the puck along the far boards. Brings it off. Gets it in front. And a shot and a goal! Top corner! Bouncing the water bottle to give your Jags a 1-goal lead with 2 minutes left in the third period. There's the captain. Viome on the face-off again. Bouncing, gets it sent into our zone. Turnaround shot. 1:55 left in the third period. And Eagles tie it up at 7. On the face-off. Eagles control, bring it into our zone, but they're offside, so we will go back to the neutral zone for a face-off. .155 left in the third period. Not sure what that was. Puck tied up in skates. Puck gets to Speedy. Hit another skate, comes back into our zone. Another skate comes out of the zone. Viome pushing it to center ice. Ian's going to go to the box for hooking. I guess. So 1:39 left in the third period, and we will go on a penalty kill, hopefully for the rest of it. Rhino on the face-off.
Come on, boys!
Wins it back to Lewis, pushes it up to Rhino. Skates out to neutral. Into the offensive zone. Passes over to Lewis, doesn't quite connect. Lewis picks it up. Drops it for Wesley. Fans on the shot. Marco regrouping. Long pass misses. Should be icing, and it is. 1:12 left in the third period. Rhino taking the face-off. Gives it back to Lewis. Pass across to Bam. Shot just over the net. Lewis Gets it in the near corner, pushes it behind their net. Luther comes out with it. 1 minute left in the third. Rhino ties up the player on the far. Gets sent deep into our zone. Van picks it up, moves it off the far end boards. Pass to Rhino. Goes over to Wesley. Wesley drags the neutral zone. Dumps it into the near corner. Comes to Lewis. He walks it behind their net. Renko comes out with the puck, skating through neutral. Pass hits the skates of the ref. Van's pass just doesn't quite connect. Rhino chips it into the air zone. 20 seconds left. Walks in, throws it in front. Van not able to connect. Puck comes back for Bryant. Bryant throws it off the glass. Bouncing into our zone, but they're offsides. 6 seconds left in the third period. Rhino taking the face off. Austin's taking the face off. I'm not sure what they're discussing. Off the face-off with a couple of skates. Dumped into our zone. 3 seconds left on the clock. Van picks up and ties it up on the end boards. And kind of fitting that we finished 7-7 against the 7th place team. And we end the inaugural, the first annual Pumpkin Puck Classic 1-2-1. We will have a handshake line. And I'm pretty sure that is it for us for this tournament.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Our next game, I don't remember when it is. We will have practice on Wednesday, and until then, thanks everybody, and go Jags.